Hey team, how you doing? Hey, this is Admin. So this quick video is going to be a little bit about all the PG editions, just to kind of give you some clarification. 90% of your installs are probably going to be this G Drive edition. Just be aware that when you install PlexGuide for the first time, this menu only comes up once, and there's a reason for it. Before you could switch, but each edition has some variations. So for example, one of them uses multi-FS and the rest use Union FS. And there's different services that install, so we don't want you kind of mixing things up. But I'll show you at the end of the video how to delete the variable in order to change editions, because you might mess it up in the very beginning. So again, 90% of your installs is going to be this G Drive edition. So this is going to require the Google Drive Business Edition. Don't assume that you can just get a regular drive and make it all work. Why? Because the API key doesn't work the way you want it to. So be aware that G Drive Edition is the one you're most likely to go with. The HD Solo Edition is the version where, for example, like let's say you have a VPS or a computer with a hard drive. You just want to download, burn, and watch shows, and that's it. Or you just may want to have a Disney collection or something small. This is where this HD Solo Edition is good for. So basically, all it is basically everything kind of gets sent to Mount Move in a sense, but kind of archives there with Union FS only running that. It sounds kind of silly, but it's to kind of keep up the consistency. If you don't know what all it is, don't worry about it. Everything just basically goes to one location in order for you to watch your stuff. Be aware though that you do not want to run out of disk space, so just keep that in mind. There is a second HD option that is available in all of them. So for example, like let's say you do have a spare hard drive and you want it solely for processing, not for storage. Like, NZB Git downloads a bunch of stuff, processes. You probably don't want to go to your first disk because you don't want to fill up with a bunch of junk. And maybe your first disk is limited. You may have a small SSD and a garbage large HD. Why? But I don't know. But some people have told me they set it up like that. So you can use a second drive always for processing. It will never merge in. Now, the next version is the HD Multi Edition. What this version is it's kind of like the Solo Edition, but it uses Multi FS instead of Union FS. But long story short, I keep all the names the same. You would have never known that it wasn't Union FS Multi FS. You just would have known it would have worked. It was a pain in the ass to program. But long story short is that let's say you have 4 hard drives, you can basically merge all of them, kind of like merge all of them and have Union FS basically. So it will merge everything. There is the second HD option still available. If you use the second HD option, you you can use the same disk in a different area, but that doesn't make any sense. So for example, let's say you have 4 disks and you want 1 disk for processing, you can use that second HD option to do that. That's where you'd use that in that case. But long story short, it will put all those disks together. Be aware that PlexGuide does not format your hard drives. All it does is detect your hard drive. So you still have to format it. And not only format it, you have to make Linux recognize it. I had to use gparted or the Google the GUI interface to make the hard drive show up. So it's not like Windows where you just format it, or Mac, you just format the drives and it just shows up magically. It will take a little bit of work. So if you're going to go for this multi-edition, make sure that you understand how to format and you understand how Linux recognizes this. So if you have a second disk and it comes up as spare or whatever, then the path will be /spare. That would go to that hard drive and then / whatever. But at the end of the day, HD Multi Edition will merge it all for you, make it easy. The last one is the GCE Feeder Edition. This kind of confuses people a little bit, like what is it? What this edition is, it's really the same thing as the G Drive edition, but it specifically runs only on a Google virtual instance. You get $300 of free credits, and you basically get a Git connection, and they use NVMe drives, and it's crazy. So for about, I say like about a good 3 months, if you burn through it hard, you'll have basically like a free VM that just kind of downloads everything for you like crazy. So for example, this is a local install. So for example, if you want to install the Feeder Edition and you're on a Google Instant VM, you're going to pick this. But if you're on your regular computer, you're going to pick G Drive. Ironically, you can use the GCE Feeder Edition on Solo Multi, but don't do that because it's going to end up in the Google Cloud. And a note before we move on, HD Solo and HD Multi has no way of using Google Drive unless you make it all work yourself. So we're going to go here. And then you'll see that there's the PG Automations Deploy Google Feeder Edition. This may name change just to prevent less confusion, but basically you can deploy a GCE cloud from your local instance. You don't have to log in and do all the stuff. So you can see here's a test server that I did in one of my videos. So you could have like a weak VPS that maybe just be playing Plex, and then you can deploy this instance to just get what you need. But other than that, I'll show you how to delete the variable in case you want to reset this. So if you type this right here, remove our TechR var PlexGuide PG edition stored. If you remove that, it will bring it back up. See, so there's been a few people that have asked us this question. And you may ask why in the settings I do not put this there. Again, people will have servers and then change options and have all kinds of issues. So that's basically it. So please like the video, comment. If you have any other ideas, just let us know. Hopefully this kind of clears some things up for you, because people kind of do ask us some questions. Remember, G Drive Edition requires business drive. GCE Feeder Editions is deployed on Google Drive. I mean, not Google Drive, but on a Google instance. And the solos, the HD solos, do not have G Drive and T Drive, that Team Drive thing. This is solely meant for, like, this is a solo VPS, or this might be a Hertzner thing with 3 hard drives, or shit, you may even have 10 hard drives at home. So other than that, hey, appreciate your time. Have a good one. Thanks.